Hey everyone, and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to kick off this explainer today because we are diving into what is literally the ultimate workplace skill. If you're a focused learner looking to elevate your professional profile and really master professional Japanese, you are in exactly the right place. We're going straight into the heart of the Japanese office to master 30 absolute must-know communication words. These are the crucial building blocks you need to navigate any Japanese business environment with total confidence.
Okay, let's dive right into this. You know, communication is the cornerstone of literally any successful workplace. But in a Japanese business setting, using the right professional vocabulary isn't just about getting your point across. It's about showing respect, demonstrating competence, and really highlighting your cultural awareness. By the end of this explainer, these specific terms are going to massively upgrade your ability to interact with your bosses, your coworkers, and your clients.
So here is our agenda for today. 1. Essential office communication. 2. Navigating business meetings. 3. Managing client interactions. 4. Real-world conversation practice. And 5. Final vocabulary review. We've structured this exactly like a day in the life of a professional, so you'll naturally absorb these words as we move through the day.
All right, Section 1, Essential Office Communication. It's the start of the workday, so let's get right to it.
We're starting with the real power word in Japanese corporate culture. Sodan. S-O-D-A-N. It means consultation or discussion. Basically, before you make any major move or decision, you have a sodan. Let's practice the example sentence together. I'll say it and you repeat it right after me. Skoshi sodan shitai koto ga arimasu. That translates to, I have something I would like to discuss. Keep that one in your back pocket for sure.
Now, before a project even gets off the ground, information has to be shared. Here are 4 essential pillars for your daily tasks. First is renraku, meaning contact or communication. Like, "Ato de renraku shimasu," I will contact you later. Next up is hokoku, which is a report. Super important for your managers. You might say, "Joishi ni hokoku shimashita." I reported to my supervisor. Then we have kakunin for confirmation and setsume for explanation. These 4 words literally run the Japanese office.
And what's really interesting here is how perfectly these words map to your actual workflow as the morning gets busy. First, your boss gives you a shiji, an instruction, or maybe a coworker hands you an irai, a request or assignment. While you're tackling that, you might get a dengan, a message from someone else. But here is the absolute most critical part. Whatever you're doing, you have to engage in kyoyu. You have to share that information with your team so everyone stays on exactly the same page. To wrap up our everyday office bucket, let's look at how broad information gets pushed out. You'll often see an oshirase, which is a general notice or announcement. Or maybe you get a tsuchi, an official notification dropping into your inbox. These kinds of official drops almost always spark a kaiwa, a quick daily conversation with your deskmates before you all grab your notes and head into the midday meetings.
Which brings us to Section 2, Navigating Business Meetings. It's time to step into the conference room.
Meetings are where the real business happens, and the vocabulary definitely gets a bit more formal here. An uchiwase is usually your smaller prep meeting, whereas a kaigi is the formal, official meeting. But no matter which room you're in, you absolutely need a gidai, an agenda. Let's do another quick practice round. Kyou no gidai o kakunin shimashou. Let's confirm today's agenda. Nailing that right at the start sets you up for total success.
Once that meeting kicks off, there is a very specific, active rhythm. Usually someone stands up to give a happyo, a presentation. And naturally, that presentation flows right into an active gidon, a discussion. During that discussion, you're going to hear a ton of shitsumon, questions, which obviously require a kaito, an answer or response. If you can track those 4 concepts, you can track the heartbeat of any Japanese corporate meeting.
But why are we all in the room in the first place? Well, it's to share these 2 massive concepts, eken and teian. An eken is your opinion. And when you're ready to really push a strategy forward, you bring a teian, a proposal. Just imagine standing up and confidently saying, "Atarshi teian ga arimasu." I have a new proposal. That is exactly how you make an impact.
And this brilliantly illustrates how every meeting eventually wraps up. On the left side, we have the dream outcome, doi, agreement. You're aiming to say, "Zen ga doi shimashita." Everyone agreed. But over on the right, we have reality. Sometimes people push back with hantai, which is opposition. Someone might say, "Sono an ni hantai desu." I am against that proposal. Knowing both of these terms means you're completely prepared for any boardroom scenario.
Moving right along to Section 3, Managing Client Interactions. The afternoon has arrived.
We survived the internal meetings, so now we're looking outward at our customers and business partners. This high-stakes journey almost always kicks off with a yobo, a direct request or demand from the client. Once you know what they want, you pivot into kosho, the negotiation phase, and if that goes well, you hit the absolute ultimate goal, keiyaku, the contract. Moving a client all the way from yobo to keiyaku is exactly what makes you a true professional.
But we have to be realistic. Not every single interaction is a breeze. Sometimes issues pop up. When things go sideways, you need careful taio, meaning handling or response. If a kujo, a complaint, comes across your desk, you have to meet it immediately with a sincere shazai, an apology. Handling a kujo properly with a good shazai is exactly how you fix the relationship and earn back the client's kansha, their appreciation.
Okay, Section 4. Real-world conversation practice. Let's see how all of this actually sounds in context. Let's watch how all these pieces build a completely natural conversation. Listen to this quick exchange and notice how effortlessly the target words just drop right in. Person A kicks it off. Kyou no gidai wa nan desu ka? What is today's agenda? Person B answers, Shin shohi no teian ni tsuite desu. It's about a proposal for a new product. Person A then asks the room, Minasan no iken o kikitai desu. I would like to hear everyone's opinions. Person B chimes in, Watashi wa sono an ni doi shimasu. I agree with that proposal. And person A wraps it up, Arigatou gozaimasu. Nayo o kyoyu shimasu. Thank you. I will share the details. See that? Gidai, teian, iken, doi, and kyoyu. Boom. That is what mastery looks like.
Finally, Section 5, Final Vocabulary Review. Let's lock this all in.
Huge congrats on making it through the entire workday. Now, let's do a rapid-fire review.
Picture the English meanings in your head as we go. Renraku, contact. Hokoku, report. Sodan, consultation. Kakunin, confirmation. Setsumei, explanation. Shitsumon, question. Kaito, response. Iken, opinion. Teian, proposal. Yobo, request. Seriously, take a mental snapshot of this. Just these 10 foundational words alone are going to carry you through so many everyday workplace interactions. So, after all of that, I just have to ask, are you ready for your next Japanese meeting? Because by understanding and mastering these 30 words, you are completely equipped to jump in, understand the room, and communicate like an absolute professional. I am so glad you joined me for this explainer today to upgrade your Japanese language skills. Keep practicing, visualize these scenarios, and next time we're going to tackle the incredibly nuanced world of business email and telephone vocabulary. Until then, stay focused and keep learning.